What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the Not So Live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and what we are potentially looking at here in terms of price action. Are we headed below the 7,000 level, or are we headed up to retest back up around that 85 level with heights of 8,700, 8,800, and potentially even 9,000 as the target area? I'd like to discuss the technicals there. Also, I'd like to discuss some crazy fundamental analysis here, guys. There was a $415 million futures contract on the OKX exchange that could not be settled by the exchange. There was a 950 Bitcoin loss, quote unquote, system losses here. And apparently they can't cover it. And their insurance policy is only good for 10 Bitcoins, ladies and gentlemen. They have a 950 Bitcoin loss, and there's only a 10 Bitcoin insurance policy. It's getting sticky in there. And also, guys, if you guys have been following along on this channel, I have been discussing Mike Novogratz's process here, looking to become one of the biggest hedge funds in the crypto space. He also opened a crypto bank that's being now traded on the Toronto exchange, and they are having some crazy times here. I'll discuss the technical analysis on that as well. We're looking at some crazy drop-offs in price since their IPO, which launched at about, I believe, $3. Yes, about $3.80 USD, $5 Canadian, and is now trading at less than $2 Canadian at the time of this article release. So we'll look at that on the charts as well. All of this and more. Guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click to subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll start with our Bitcoin technical analysis. Guys, what we are seeing here right now on the 1 day, we're really in a stalemate. You know, not much from yesterday, but it's deceiving, right? Don't judge a book by its cover, ladies and gentlemen, because if we do go in on the 1 hour, you can see that yesterday was one crazy roller coaster of a ride. And I'm sure even if we go in, I don't like to look at these, you know, all too often, but the lower time frames that we look at, ladies and gentlemen, the more profound the roller coaster becomes, right? And what we saw here was just a crazy waterfall, lots of panic selling. You know, FOMO Joe then got his taste of the FOMO action here. We had a crazy celery stick lightsaber Jedi bring us back out of this waterfall and cause this little rally, guys. I mean, it was nothing. I mean, social media just was going crazy over this, guys. Of course, I'm in a lot of chats as well. I see the market sentiment. I see FOMO Joe and James at the water cooler going crazy over every little candle. Guys, I even did tweet out. I saw one user in a chat as this dump was going down, right? It's in full bloom. The dump is going crazy. I saw this guy in a chat say, "That's it. Bitcoin going to 4,000, 3,000 bottom, guaranteed." And then, ladies and gentlemen, the same user, he doesn't know that I see him in a different chat room. He has no idea. I see the same user in another chat room right as we get this crazy manipulation candle up. Right after this dump, the same user, guys, says 11.5K by Christmas. Let's go. And it's just so hilarious to really see, guys, that these emotional moon boys, he was saying that the end was here, right? The end was in. That's it. Bitcoin is done. All the way down. And then soon as we got this candle up, his emotions changed so drastically, right? Guys, we started the day up here and we are now down here. And all it took was this little movement. And he just went from doom and gloom, Bitcoin is done, 4K inevitable, and 3K probable for the bottom. He just went all the way to 11.5 by Christmas, guys. It's crazy how emotional that these traders get inside this market, guys. I preach it to my VIPs on a daily basis. Do not be emotional in this market, ladies and gentlemen. It will only lead you to a one-way trip to wrecked city. If you get emotional and treat these coins, treat these projects like somebody you love rather than a speculative instrument that's here to make you profit, you will get burned, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to be a realist. I'm here to get that profit. I'm here to get this crypto, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's look really on the 1 day, right? This is the most data we have is in the 1 day chart right now, guys. There's so many manipulative bot candles. When we look in on this, let's look at the 5 minute, right? Just to get a real idea, guys. I don't ever trade on these things. Don't get me wrong, but this is when you put the trend underneath a microscope and you like to look at really what's gone on here in this trend, you can check it out on these smaller time frames. And guys, sheesh. I mean, all of these, hump lump patterns, right? These are all just bots, guys. It's just bots on bots on bots. And then we obviously had this big one yesterday. It's just wrecking people, right? Everybody got wrecked on the way down. And then you have the FOMO Joes and the James at the water coolers that, just like the guy I was explaining, ladies and gentlemen, that he went from doom and gloom to moon boy in one candle, right? He probably sold all the way down here. He probably was upset. And then we got this candle and he most likely bought back in right here and gets wrecked again on the way down, guys. The thing is that if you are trading inside this market, you cannot let emotions get in the way of systematic, formulaic, scientific, mathematic ways to trade this market and profit like an absolute savage. I preach it to my VIPs on a daily basis. You must look for high reward, low risk opportunities to crush this market. Being said, guys, let's take a look here at some Fibonacci retracements, guys. I will pull up the Fib now. What we are looking at, I've been looking at the Fib in quite a few ways, guys. Now, the one that I am targeting right now for a potential entry, shout out to my VIPs. I have already posted this where I'm looking for. I posted the entry from this Fib that was pulled from the bottom of the rally. Right now, it's not the bottom of the trend. I'll draw this Fib, but the thing is that I like to look at these in two separate ways. The one that I'm basing this off right this second is based off this rally, right? And what we are looking at, guys, is there is a zone of interest here for me, certainly right around this zone. We have two coinciding Fib levels, the 0.5 and the 0.618 and the 7250. Price support range that has been obviously on this uptrend pretty sustained in terms of price action. So we are looking at a coinciding level there. That is a level of interest for me in terms of a bullish sentiment. But if we do take this Fib and we do pull it from the bottom of the trend as a whole rather than just the beginning of this specific rally, what we do see, guys, is that there is the 618 or excuse me, the 0.5 Fib level nearly coinciding with the 725 Bitcoin. And also, guys, the 618 here, look at this. It really seems magical to me, guys, right? You can barely even see the line here on my chart because it is overlaid by the turquoise support line that I have literally drawn in the chart. That is how perfect that the Fib level is lining up with the prior support at 6,800. So when I labeled this video, guys, that, is Bitcoin headed below 7,000? That is a driving factor here for me, guys, right? We have the 6.618 Fibonacci retracement level lining up literally exactly with the prior resistance level all through this bottom channel. And what do we know, guys? Prior resistance generally becomes new support on an uptrend. And if this is in fact an uptrend, keyword, if this is in fact an uptrend, because this could just have been a low volume reaction rally that winds up just taking us down again, guys. There is sentiment there for this to be the 1, 2, 3, now number 4 lower high in a series of lower highs all along this bear trend. Now, if, keyword if, this actually is an uptrend and we are going to, buck the trend here of the last 7 months, it would be completely textbook in classical charting terms for this 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level to line up here with this 6,800 price level, prior resistance turning into new support, and that would be a level of complete interest to me, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know about you. If that level holds, I'm looking to get pretty bullish. Guys, if you are just tuning in, don't forget to moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. I'm fired up here. Now, in terms of the market sentiment right now, guys, we can look at these technicals here. Like I said, there's an area of interest for me here, and there's an area of interest for me here. We have definitely 2 levels that are certainly interesting me from a bullish standpoint. If these 2 levels are broken, in my opinion, it's pretty safe to say that the bull trend hope has been broken. I will no longer be holding on to my bullish sentiment here, as I will then likely start to take some bearish plays and profit if the market goes down. As I always say, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are subscribed here, I'm a swing trader, right? If the market is going up, I'm happy. If the market is going down, I'm happy. I play the volatility, right? There's plays to be made long. There's plays to be made short. I'm just here to get this crypto, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not an emotional trader. I look at this very realistically. I preach it to my VIPs on a daily basis. If you do not detach yourself from the emotional swings in this market, you will never be able to crush it long term. And of course, guys, like as always, as I say on these streams, I have levels of interest here, and if you are interested in that, I post all of my personal entries, exits, targets, insights, stop losses, etc. For the VIPs in absolute real time. It's savage, guys. Shout out to all the VIPs. Absolutely love you guys in there. Now, let's move along to what they consider right now the elephant in the room, ladies and gentlemen, the $415 million liquidation on the OKX futures exchange. Sheesh. No one really knows what's going to come of this, guys, but they had a 950 Bitcoin loss, right? Quote unquote system losses. And they only have a 10 Bitcoin insurance policy, and the funds that were traded was too much for them to cover. It was a mistake. I don't even understand how this could happen. You probably would think that an exchange of this size, letting this amount of capital be traded, that they would have some kind of system in place, a code in place to not allow this type of trade to take place in the market if they can't cover it. But apparently they did, and there's a problem here, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody knows what's going to happen here. All I know that it is going to create for some turbulence here within the next few days. So if you'd like to look more into this, just Google it. There's a ton of stories from a ton of different sources. Obviously, I'm not an expert on the situation, guys. There's too much information here to basically crunch into a small video, but I do highly encourage you to go and check this out on your own time. It's a crazy developing story here, and we're going to see how it plays out. It looks like we're going to find the ultimatum here by Friday, ladies and gentlemen. It's tomorrow. Look at it. 2018, August 3rd. 16 o'clock Hong Kong time. That is when we're going to find out what really happens here. So expect turbulence. Expect it. Who knows if it will come, but expect it. So that's all I have to say there, guys. Now, also here, another interesting piece of news in today's topics. You guys know I love to cover the fundamentals and the technical analysis inside this market, as I do believe that covering both is absolutely essential to a trader's success inside this market. So what we're looking at now is Mike Novogratz, right? He's the owner of the Galaxy Fund, and also Galaxy has opened a crypto bank that's now trading on the Toronto Exchange, guys, and we can look at it right here. on TradingView. It's going under the ticker GLXY on the Canadian Stock Exchange, the Toronto Stock Exchange. And there's not too much data yet, guys, but we can look at it in the small time frames, right? And what we're looking at, guys, is just an absolute free fall. The IPO price, let me just get this back here so I know I'm not saying the prices incorrectly. Right. It was $5 Canadian IPO, right? That's like an ICO, the private sale. It was about $3.80 USD. And what we are trading now at is about $2.30. So this thing has taken quite a tumble here, ladies and gentlemen. It's just showing you guys right now that the sentiment around the space is not that great. I mean, of course, if you guys have been following along and are subscribed on this channel, I am under the impression that the ETF is going to pass for Bitcoin. I'll make a whole nother video about that. I'm going to make one about the altcoins and the Bitcoin ETF and what I think that the ETF is going to do to the altcoins. I was actually going to make that today, but I thought that we should cover Bitcoin's price action here as we are in an incredibly volatile range here that I expect to make some crazy moves concerning not only the technicals, but the fundamentals here with the OKX futures contract here. That's just a mess. But as you can see, if this type of IPO was done last year, in my opinion, late 2017, the stock on this thing would just be through the roof. And right now, in a 7-month bear trend, we're just seeing no love for crypto companies right now. In my opinion, Novogratz, although he is newer to the space, guys, he only got in last year. The thing is that I believe he does have good intentions for the space. He believes in it. He's built a fund around it. He's built a bank around it. He's trading on a public exchange with this company here. I think that he has the best intentions for crypto in mind. And to see that people are not really looking to speculate prices higher on these types of stocks right now is telling of the times. And I'm not sure that a Bitcoin ETF would get all the love in the world right now either. So, take it for what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I am under the impression that, the ETF is going to get approved, but is that going to change, everything here for Bitcoin? Is this going to send us right to the moon? Are alts about to go into altcoin season? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I'll make a whole video on that as it would get too long for me to ramble on here about that. But, yeah, I have some good insights there, guys. I do not know. I don't believe that the altcoins are going to bounce back anytime soon here. Bitcoin dominance up at 48.6%, ladies and gentlemen, creeping on up to that 50% level that I've been calling for here on this channel. Let's get this crypto. Guys, I am getting absolutely aggressive here inside this market right now. There is going to be some extreme levels of interest for me here. I'm going to be potentially longing. There may be some short plays in place as well if Bitcoin decides to purge below the support levels, although the Fibonacci retracements, the prior support levels, and before I forget to cover it, ladies and gentlemen, the RSI here, we're looking to come down to a key support level on the RSI. And if even we were to purge below and into this range, we are looking at what is a solid level of support here on the RSI on the 1-day chart for the prior few months now, guys. We look to be perfectly looking to test down to the Fibonacci and the price range levels, and perfectly test down to the prior support or into the support range and potentially take a retest back up into the higher levels, back into the bullish channel, back with hope for the bulls in this trend. Guys, I will be keeping my VIPs updated in absolute real time with all of my entries, exits, targets, positions, etc. on the Bitcoin and altcoins market. No more trips to Rect City, ladies and gentlemen. I stay far, far away from there. That is not where I'm headed. I like to take high reward, low risk situation plays and get this crypto like an absolute savage. So guys, let me know what you think about the Bitcoin price. Let me know what you think about this $415 million future contract that we're going to find out about tomorrow, guys, at 16 o'clock Hong Kong time. Who knows, guys? Also, let me know what you think about this Novogratz stock that we got going on there for Galaxy in Toronto. I think that it probably long-term will do well, but right now, with the lack of exuberance throughout this 7-month bear market here in the cryptocurrency space, it doesn't surprise me at all to see the stock performing poorly. So if you can, one last time, guys, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow, probably with a live stream. If not a live stream, a not so live stream like we have right here today, a video covering the market. Like I said, I'm going to do a video on the Bitcoin ETF and what I believe the impact will be on the altcoin market following the decision coming within the next 2 months, if it's going to be bullish or bearish longer term for these altcoins. So, you know, we'll discuss all that more, guys. I will be in the VIP for the remainder of the evening. Shout out to everybody in there. Absolutely love you guys. Been crushing it. And until next time, guys, be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.